shot. It can come back.
Michael Page hit Cyborg Santos with a knee so hard that he fractured his skull.
Seen that.
His skull caved in. The MRIs are insane. I've never seen that. In all my years of watching fights and being involved in martial arts, I've never seen anybody's head caved in like that.
Michael Venom Page is the man responsible for possibly the most infamous MMA KO of all time, and he has been ending careers ever since. Michael Venom Page began his fighting career as a kickboxer, but quickly grew fed up.
There's quite a lot of politics and stuff in it, and the lack of exposure in it as well. I kind of wanted to do something where I can, show my talents off.
Lack of exposure would not be a problem for Page for much longer. Page debuted on UFC MMA 26 versus Ben Dishman. It was both fighters' first official MMA bout. Page took control of the fight almost immediately, easily defending a takedown attempt from Dishman.
Oh, and rushing in is Dishman. Look at the cool, calm, collected.
Page quickly began taunting his opponent, swinging his arms and sticking out his tongue, goading Dishman into another unsuccessful takedown attempt.
Winding that hand up. Shades of Apollo Creed in that one for me, gentlemen.
Nice.
That was up.
Page put Dishman out of his misery, ending the fight with a 360 roundhouse kick.
Shoot fighter screaming at him, telling him to take it seriously. And there's a spinning kick. That is unbelievable.
Wow. He turns, he kicks, he stops.
Page told an adoring crowd after the fight that
there's a lot more to come from me.
The same could not be said for the humiliated Ben Dishman, who has never fought professionally again. 9 months later, Page fought against Haitham El Sayed, an Egyptian mixed martial artist making his SFL debut. It didn't take long for Page to start taunting his opponent with his spider-like arm movements. Page easily evaded Haytham's attacks and managed to land a lightning-fast 3-punch combination, giving his opponent a nasty cut.
He hurt Haytham with that, he hurt him hard.
This spelled the end for Haytham. Page made short work of Haytham, easily dodging every one of his punches, before landing a devastating right in the same spot where Page had made the cut. The blood began to pour down Haytham's cheek moments later.
Looks like a bit of a nasty cut.
Opening damage, that is.
Page knocked Haytham to the ground one more time, but in a surprising moment of mercy, Page backed away and allowed his opponent to get back to his feet.
Being elusive.
It hardly mattered. Haytham's cut was getting bloodier and bloodier by the second, and the referee was forced to stop the fight just 10 seconds later.
This fight is over.
While Haytham would fight again, his career would never be the same. And looking at the state of the cut, we can only imagine what could have happened to the poor man if the fight had been allowed to continue. Alright, let's fast forward 2 years. Next on the chopping block is Ricky Rainey. Once again, Page moved like a ghost, gliding and floating, unable to be touched, no matter how hard or how quickly Rainey swung. Page, on the other hand, had no trouble making contact with the side of Rainey's face, until finally a quick and vicious right dropped Rainey to the floor like a sack of potatoes, ending the fight and proving Page's dominance over his entire class once again.
I proved why I'm supposed to be here, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to do it again, and again, and again.
In July of 2015, Page nearly ended yet another career, this time in a bout with Rudy Bears. Bears did his best to keep his distance from Page, not allowing himself to be manipulated by Page's signature taunting. But the moment Bears even attempted to make contact with Page, he was dropped straight to the floor.
Oh, huge left, and it's over, just like that.
Bears would not fight again for another 16 months.
Michael Venom Page, beautiful shot. A grazing shot followed by a nice left hand right on the chin.
If Michael Page is known for anything, it's for his fight at Bellator 158 with Evangelista Cyborg Santos, an MMA veteran who at the time had 19 years of experience, 21 wins, and 14 knockouts to his name. Santos was a member of the Shootbox Academy, the Brazilian academy that Anderson Silva had once belonged to, the same legendary fighter that Page had drawn comparisons to since his first match.
Second to none.
In 2014, after a devastating loss in a rematch to Manhoff, Santos had retired from MMA. But 2 years later, Santos returned to the cage, even managing a stunning victory against Brennan Ward. With his greater experience, his notable grappling skills, and his connections to the Shootbox Academy, Santos would be Page's biggest and fiercest challenge yet. Who could have known that Santos' fight with Page would be his last? Page began the fight in a comfortable position, dodging attacks and landing punches with confidence and ease.
How does Santos handle the speed of MVP? Now figure him out, it's too late. Good right hand.
But the tables quickly turned when Page tried to hit Santos with a flying knee and put himself in grappling range.
Real submission skills. Saw that against Brennan Ward, has him
Santos
down.
took Page down. Page struggled to get back to his feet, but instigated a knee bar attempt.
What would it mean if he submitted Cyborg Santos? BJJ black belt.
Page managed to protect himself until the end of the round, but this fight would clearly be more of a challenge for him than any other.
First time we've seen MVP in this position. Did he do enough early in the round to build up a lead?
Page learned from his mistakes in the second round, going for a jump switch knee just as he had done before, but managing to avoid getting caught in grappling range with Santos.
Grappling belonged to Santos, but
with almost none of his trademark taunting, Page maintained his distance from Santos, avoiding all attacks and waiting for his moment to strike.
all you get to do is open up with combinations.
The speed of Page was proving to be too much for Santos. Page evaded every punch like he could see it coming from a mile away. It quickly became clear that outside of the grappling ability, Santos had very little on Page. Page finally found his moment and landed a devastating liver shot that had Santos practically cowering away from his
5
opponent.
seconds doesn't sound like a long time. In a 100-yard dash, it's forever. Beautiful liver shot. That hurt him. Santos is hurt.
Santos did what he could to mount the defense against Page, but it was too late, and Page was too fast.
MVP doesn't buy it. It's hard to breathe. So just about everything you need in a fight, you lose off the liver shot. It can come back.
Santos runs into the jump knee, and it's over.
Page knocked Santos to the ground with a devastating knee to the face.
And here, look at this lunging shot.
He celebrated his victory by putting on an Ash Ketchum hat and throwing a pokeball at Santos, capturing his defeated opponent. Unbeknownst to him, Page hadn't just knocked Cyborg down, he had ended his career. Evangelista Santos had had his skull fractured. Page had literally caved his skull in. The swelling of his brain was life-threatening, and though he tried to get back into training a mere 6 weeks later, Santos would never fight again. Page, of course, had no idea what sort of injuries Santos had sustained, but that didn't stop Santos from calling Page a douchebag because he doesn't respect his opponents before or after the fight. In May of 2019, Page fought against Douglas Lima. The winner of this match would be guaranteed a shot at the 170-pound title.
Another crack at becoming welterweight.
Lima was no rookie, having debuted for Bellator in 2011 and being especially renowned for his devastating low kicks, which had brought fighters like Rick Hawn to the ground again,
Just like that hurt him.
and again,
Man, that's brutal.
and again.
That's a corner stoppage. A corner stoppage, and just like that, Douglas Lima is Bellator's welterweight world champion.
Leading up to the fight, Lima expressed doubt that he would be able to land his leg kicks against Page.
MVP, undefeated guy. Difficult guy to fight. Nobody has been able to hit him hard enough.
It would turn out that Lima had no need to doubt himself.
To collective data before collecting that elbow. The takedown is secured by Douglas Lima.
Right now, Douglas is he's not quite at 100%.
Oh, and there what a shot by Lima! Mamma mia! Douglas Lima has just defeated Michael Venom Page in impressive fashion.
Lima ended the fight with, yes, a leg kick followed by a dizzying uppercut that brought Page down to the floor as Lima swung down at Page's fallen head like a child attacking a spider.
Watch this. Oh, he's out. Out, falling down.
But 2 years later, Page went back into the ring with Lima.
Yeah, I know I have the ability to do it and finish that job.
And though Lima managed to give Page a run for his money, and even put Page flat on the mat multiple times. Page gave back just as much as he received, surviving all 3 rounds. And walking away with a controversial split decision victory. In between these 2 fights, Page remained a threat. In a fight against Richard Keeley just 4 months after his loss to Lima, Keeley tried to taunt Page just like Page had taunted so many opponents. And Page responded in turn by knocking him down with a flying knee. A quick reminder of what Page had done to Santos and what he could do to someone else with no remorse.
Here it is, Josh. Yeah, he stepped in on something in that move. MVP just left the ground with a beautiful knee.
3 months later, Page took another opportunity to end a career in a fight against Shinzo Anzai. Anzai was a middleweight Pancrase champion making his debut at Bellator. Anzai could not keep up with Page.
See Michael start to play out of moves to keep him from being successful. So when you see him start to play anything in that round. Oh, and again with the
He did not solidly land a single punch, no matter how much he tried.
He is confused. You see him coming forward, and all that forward movement.
And he tried.
He with a little stutter step. Remember what I said about playing? There's a knee again. And every time, oh, and again.
Early in the second round, a swift right to an already damaged right eye dropped Anzai.
Starting to look like a kid in the square. It's over. And it's all over! Just like that!
He would never fight again. Michael Page remains a threat in the MMA world to this day. Only 3 weeks ago, Page made an example out of Goiti Yamauchi, landing a kick on the fighter's knee, rupturing his patella tendon.
That kick ends it.
Possibly ending a man's career, just to remind the MMA world that he is a monster to be feared.
I work hard to be here, man. I'm dynamic. I know it looks like it comes easy, but I'm busting my ass every single day in the gym just to put on a show for everybody here.
Page has ended the career of rookies, and he has ended the careers of veterans. Experience will not protect you if you step into the cage with this man. Striking is obviously MVP's specialty, but folks rarely talk about how effective his jab is. Well, in the pinned comment below, I break down the jab. Not just any jab, Mike Tyson's jab. We'll discuss exactly how it works and how you can apply it to your game. So I recommend checking that ebook out below or scanning the QR code on your screen. And by the way, it's completely free. Strangle Gang, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.
Everybody's like their arms now. All right?